Jason here, Jason's Trucking Info, and I'm out here on the road with Bay and Bay, and this was like my third trip. My first one was just a round trip to get me home from up there in St. Paul, Minnesota, down to, it's basically the Eagan area, if you're familiar with the area. Bay and Bay is located in Eagan, Minnesota, which is part of the St. Paul, Minneapolis area. And they sent me first on a round trip to get me home so I could grab some more stuff for the truck. They told me to pack light. I didn't. I brought a lot more stuff just in case. But there's still some stuff I wanted from the house. And actually I've got too much. And I'm going to be setting the truck up a little better here over the next couple days. I've been using Google Maps to route myself around, and I'm experimenting with Hammer and Trucker Pathways. I gotta download Trucker Pathways to experiment with it. I'll do that here soon. But my first run was a round trip from St. Paul, Minnesota down to Mason City. Dropped down to Ankeny, Iowa to grab my stuff from the house. Came back up, dropped the empty to back to St. Paul, and then I had another trip which was a round trip, which I didn't know was a round trip because they didn't give me the best detailed messages on that, so I didn't know, but I figured it out by the time I needed to, because I stopped half hour before the delivery and sent the freeform message to try to find out if I was going to have to grab an empty, if I was going to have to go bobtail somewhere, because it said I was going to be 9 miles from my pickup. So okay, I didn't know, because I was going down to Whitewater, Wisconsin, and I hadn't looked at a map or anything yet, so I didn't know that Whitewater, Wisconsin was nowhere near Newport, Minnesota, and I come to find out Newport, Minnesota is just a couple miles outside of St. Paul. So that 500 whatever miles I drove down to Whitewater, Wisconsin, it was a round trip, but they didn't put that down on anywhere. There was no indication other than if I would have went to go put in Newport, Minnesota, and saw that it was that 500 some miles back up to St. Paul area, I'd have been like, what's going on? And then they would have been telling me the same thing they told me when I sent that freeform message. The bakery, a lot of the bakery runs from that Baldinger Bakery out of St. Paul are round trips. You pick up a loaded trailer full of, I think they're supposed to be loaded buns or something, and then you are supposed to drop that and grab an empty trailer full of empty racks that come back to Baldinger so that they can fill those back up. They didn't really explain that real well to me. Most companies I've worked for put everything down in crayon. They send you an extra message explaining what's going on. They didn't do that. Apparently the dispatchers are used to all their drivers just knowing, apparently, but how was I supposed to know, because they didn't really tell me. So whatever, I found that out. But the funny part about that second load was I made the mistake, because I'm not used to this stuff. I'm not used to paying attention to a lot of things. When I went to go pick up that second load, I looked at I was actually a day early, and I went over there, saw the papers for Whitewater, Wisconsin, and I wasn't paying attention to no numbers, no pickup numbers or anything like that. So I wound up taking off and getting a couple hours down the road before dispatch called me and said, we got a driver here said you took off with their load. And I go, my load's going to Whitewater, Wisconsin. I grabbed the right thing, right? Yeah, but did you look at pickup number or reference number? So no, I didn't. So that was a screw up on my part, because I'm just not used to having to pay attention to that, because I'm used to hauling mail. I go pick up my load. They give me the number while I'm going out the gate, and that's the load number I put on for my run number for that run. And that run number will change by one number up or down on the way back, depending on which end of the run you're on. So I'm just not used to it. I haven't had to worry about all these 50 million numbers you got to pay attention, customer load numbers and pickup numbers and all that. There's just all these numbers I haven't had to contend with because I've been hauling mail for so long. So whatever, no big deal. The driver just kept bobtailed out to where I was at in Osseo, Wisconsin, and he hooked up to the trailer. I gave him his paperwork, and then I had to bobtail back to St. Paul and pick up that load the next day. So I went there and got my load the next day, and I spent both those 2 nights at the Flying J right next to that Quick Trip just inside Wisconsin, somewhere around milepost 15-ish. I don't remember exactly. I don't even know what town it was, but I spent the night there both nights, and the one night I took a shower there. And so anyway, now I'm on my 3rd run. I picked up at that same place. No, I had to go over to Newport, which is a part of Bollinger, but it's a different location over at Newport. And apparently they've got day cab drivers bring in trailers from that place over to Newport to get used. And when I went to go pick up, they their system was down, and they weren't able to give me any bills of lading. So what they did was they gave me a weird piece of paper. They just gave me this and said they would email these guys that I'm here in Rochester, New York, which is where I'm delivering to here in Rochester, New York. So I went from Newport, Minnesota, basically St. Paul, Minnesota, about the same area, and they gave me this and had me hook up and said that they would email these guys. And it's only like between 3 and 4 o'clock, and I've been here since last night around 9:30, 10 o'clock. And I'm waiting for them to let me go drop and grab an empty. But they're waiting to have an empty for me to be able to grab so I can head over to... they canceled the load I was going to do. That was going to take me over to Gas City, Indiana. Instead, I am going to pick up at Kenworth. I guess I'm saving a load. I'm going to New Stanton, Pennsylvania, and going to Nicholsville, Kentucky. And they didn't write down how many miles that is, but I guess I'll figure that out when I program it in. I haven't programmed it in my phone yet, but it is what it is. I just don't know if I'm gonna have to get a trailer wash on the trailer that I get or not. But the nearest Blue Beacons are over 2 hours away, so I got to figure out where else I can go to get a trailer wash in this area, and I'm going to be looking that up here as soon as I get off this video camera here. So here in a second I'll jump out and show you the truck and the trailer that I'm driving. So yeah, but it's a work in progress, trying to figure out where all I want to put everything. So let's get out here and I'll show you the truck and the trailer. Alright, there's the front of my truck, a nice green color. Reefer's running. Notice they got the super singles on these trailers. They're trying to convert over to dualies because people are complaining about the super singles, and so they say that they're trying to switch over. So yeah, just a rock, okay. Just under 3/4. So nice truck, T680. I need to sweep the floor out. Passenger seat is my desk right now. Till I can get my file system in here and put all those papers in a file. So I don't have anything to keep those together, so I'm just laying those on the passenger seat for now. Oh, finally got me a little notebook to write my stuff down on. So got the CB hooked up. It's not on right now because the truck's not on. So got the desk going with my laptop so I can edit this video real quick. But it's a double bunk. So I'm using this cooler for right now. All my ice melted, so I gotta go get more, so I had to cook up the rest of my bacon. So egg should be fine as long as I can get some ice here in the next little while. I'm gonna have to throw away my half quart of milk. Oh well. But I got bottles of water there. I got to fill up my jug of water for cooking. I do have a coffee pot, which is behind this, right there. I keep it on the floor when I'm driving. Made myself some coffee, but yeah, there's a place for a TV, but I don't have a TV. I don't think I'll bring a TV on. I don't know. Maybe I'll get one. Got the APU. So hit that so it turns on. So hopefully it'll charge up the batteries if we're getting low. So all the extra stuff that I brought that I'm going to bring home, I'm stuffing in this duffel bag to drop off at home. Because I had brought... I'm never going to use these fans, and I don't think I need a camp kettle on here. And as soon as I figure out what I did with it, I got the little thing for camping that hooks up to these deals. I'm sending all those home once I can get back to home. So I got a little thing in a little mesh bag, nylon mesh thing that I'll put in there if I haven't already put it in there. I just got a few odds and ends I'm gonna bring back home because the wife's got an electric cooler. It's supposed to be a smart cooler that plugs in 24 volt, 12 volt, and we'll hook up, we'll plug in at home. I think it said it had a battery in it that you could charge, but I don't know. She spent a pretty penny on it. I don't remember exactly what she spent on it. And then I don't know what brand of Truckers GPS she bought me, but she brought me a Truckers GPS for Christmas, and it has a 9-inch screen apparently. So I have no idea what brand she bought me. It's not Rand McNally, it's not Garmin as far as I know. It's something else, probably some weird brand I never heard of. So hopefully it'll work good, because yeah, about anything is going to probably be better than using Google Maps to get around in a truck. So so that's pretty much the dealio. I'm going to be doing this load here. I'm going to edit this video and hope that these guys call me and interrupt me, so that I don't not, if they make it so that I can't finish editing this video, that's a good thing. But chances are I'm going to be able to edit this video because it's not very long. And so I just wanted to update you guys so that you guys would know what I was doing with myself. And I'm going to be trying to do some more videos. I don't know what they're going to be yet. Check out that latest video with Billy Alston. He did an hour and 22-minute interview, and it was a pretty cool video. So check that one out. That's the last one I did. And I believe it was the last one. And then look forward to me doing more videos in the future. I'm going to try to do them as much as I can and try to get better videos done for you. I have a much better editing program now. I'm using Filmora Wondershare 12. I'm trying to avoid getting that 13 just yet. I'll probably wind up getting it here soon. But I hope they call me, get me in there, let me drop this trailer and get it empty, and then I'll have to go get a trailer wash somewhere and go save a load, bring it to, what was that, Nicholson, Kentucky? Nicholsonville, Kentucky. So I'm gonna have to look up how many miles that is from Pennsylvania to Kentucky. Alright, bye. Have a good one.